Geometry deals with design in relation to life energy and consciousness because geo refers to Earth or to do something with Earth measurements. It essentially implies land assessment in the manner of ancient Egypt, and when you combine imprisonment with bio, you're entering another realm, shifting from the physical energy to the subtle level of energy. Biogeometric implies measuring the Earth's life energy, which includes awareness, of course, because the planet is alive, being a living thing of which we are a component. We exist on Earth because we dwell inside the Earth's atmosphere, which is a component of the Earth itself. Humans are a living entity. Just like our immune cells and blood cells are aspects of our being, we must behave in accordance with the general rules of the being of which we are a fragment when we act. The nature's language. Consider this: if you resided in a nation who only spoke one language which you do not know, you would be completely worthless since you would be unable to converse with people. We exist in nature, and there is a divine pen which continues to write and sketch all the forms in nature. It's a subtle energy signal. Certain energy information is continually being projected in front of us. Unfortunately, no one reads, therefore we cannot read. The only language we comprehend is that one spoken between humans. It is meaningless as it relates to the multidimensional nature of life, because we're not a component of nature, and if we aren't part of nature, we will destroy nature at some point. Nature must be recognized, and it can be understood through the concepts of its design language. What distinguishes this design language from the other design languages we employ? Nature's shapes are always developing, and our cities are no exception. It's similar to time-lapse in photography. It'll resemble an organism expanding into the environment of a civilization that grows according to natural laws and will have a specific energy quality. As an example, consider how animals create their homes or how a bird makes a nest. The nests will restore the bird's life energy. In nature, it functions as a type of synchronizing secondary body to the bird itself. We have two sides here, life and dying. Cities, townhouses, or retirement communities, where the houses themselves restore the life energy of those who live in them. On the other hand, we have human-made societies that expand yet tend to disperse the life energy. They drain the vital power from the community. One would be positively charging, while the other is draining. There's something amiss with the manner in which we are developing our culture, cities, and so on. As we deplete our life force, additional things emerge, such as our information technology, which is dependent on electromagnetic radiation. When waves travel, radiation in the air moves like that. They generate heat, and heat produces a certain amount of dryness. As a result of global warming, which electromagnetic radiation contributes to, our Earth's life systems, signifies a decrease in water content, which is why we constantly have to drink water, and even we're able to drink a lot of water, our cells aren't actually benefiting from that water since we're consuming water merely to have a physical moisture content. It is not the purpose of having water. Its purpose is to be a carrier of life energy and living consciousness. The entire concept here is that having a substantial amount of water with a weak life force is rather pointless. We need water with life force that restores, since positive life force is a means of assisting growth, and you must have positive energy. To expand, you must have positive life force. This is where we must examine nature's design language. Try to comprehend it. When we describe life energy as an essential factor in the formation and expansion of natural forms, we enter the various facets of nature's design language. Let's take a look inside the body to understand how a transparent energy system such as the human body connects with outside energy. Life energy flows outside in the form of subtle energy. Let's assume I draw in and out with my breath. As I breathe in life energy, it enters my lungs. The lungs are designed to create life energy in such a manner that it has a specific function, otherwise, the energy is formless. All of the functions interact with the subtle energy. Every time, they must be reassembled in such a way that they are ideal for the function they created, which is accomplished by shaping. The body's shaping, how the lungs form subtle energy in order to create the energy required on that level. Let's assume the stomach does things differently. As a result, the form of each organ will provide subtle energy. The functions that must be performed on a physical level. When you breathe energy, those forms produce the vortices required for the multidimensional nature of interacting with it. Your lung shape must truly be fine-tuned across all aspects of subtle energy, otherwise you will lack vitality, emotions, mentality, and spirituality. As a result, the design of the lung shape will interact with each of these levels to generate the desired function. The chakras are form and shape related. They are formed on the physical level as a result of the process. In order to ensure that the forming process produces chakras energy gears that make multidimensional intersections that link with higher levels and ultimately reduce life energy into the shape that is aimed at producing living energies. We now have an issue in our society because we have developed a really advanced civilization that provides greater pleasure and happiness to humans. While also being at the expense of the human being, something seems to be wrong with this formula. We are constructing a civilization that is depleting life energy. It indicates our society is draining the life energy from nature's living systems. It suggests that as society progresses, we will diminish resistance, and immunity is weakened. Then we will have so many various kinds of pandemics that will eventually kill life on Earth. We should reintroduce a design language that delivers life energy back into things. We cannot make goods that fail to honor life force, thus becoming dead items, and then position them in the body of the earth in which all the aspects related to life force are living things. Their perspective was reliant on right brain awareness, which signifies the speech of the heart's right brain perceived notion. They were born with a weak ego, a very poor sensory experience, and they were tremendously focused on the inner life. Hence, on that level, they had been one with every aspect of nature. They never saw nature's oneness because they were part of it. They did not stare at the life force, rather, they were an aspect of it. They were able to acknowledge or comprehend the function of life force from its internal vision. They are not required to watch it outside. They participated in it and discovered the life force's communication vertices throughout the natural world. They observed the tree interacting with multidimensional nature through something resembling a vortex. The tree was now rooted and had some connection to water below the ground. And up above in the sky, its leaves. Moreover, the tree had several dimensions. Now, if they discovered the same idea, as in the tree, where they discovered it in a holy passport, and whatever became a treasured passport to them, they discovered that there are places on Earth with underground water passages of underground rivers in the Earth's rocky layers. When their intersection generate this vortex, you have the identical energy structure of a natural item of a tree. Streams are forced to the surface of the Earth in some places. All the way up indicates complete life force water with complete life force in those places that have become unique power sports to them. Large stones were placed in their 40-ton granite massive stones, which had a high quartz composition that connected with this life force and might potentially spread it. Then they built the dolmens, which are gate ships. 2 megalithic structures, as well as on it. They installed the horizontal one that resembles a gate. They steered it east-west in hopes of linking it to the force of life. In terms of life cycles, they knew life force and life cycles first before primordial caveman culture eventually grew into them and evolved into obelisks, in which they applied mathematical and geometric rules to the shape. The skate form became the typical shape of the sacred of holy places in all religious structures throughout history, thanks to the dolmen. Thus, for instance, they used to have this inner chamber from the start, and they built an earth mound over top of it. Eventually on, pyramids were built, and all those architectural destinations with the sacred of holy places inside the temple were built. Therefore, right from the start, humanity was placing the heart of its construction. The holiest of holy places that provided life power. They incorporated it into the building's concept, and they placed the structure on a life force location on Earth, so that they were able to develop a care for people in the same manner that nature built the tree. They established their temple. They created every aspect in a way that natural and living energy might enter it. Therefore, they'd call those temples Netters' houses. Netters are natural forces, or mistakenly called gods. Houses of the gods, they'd say. As a result, they incorporated all forces of nature into their structures. They were developing all of their things according to the natural way that nature was designing them. They were genuinely expressing nature's language. When you include natural elements into your designs, you are conversing in nature's language. You're already talking with nature subconsciously. So speaking nature's language means employing the intelligence of the heart to converse with nature subconsciously. You would be wandering through nature, sharing information with plants, animals, and everything else in nature as you became a part of it. It is the natural developing process that humans has really done over several ages till a few centuries ago. As a result, in every biogeometry design, it will additionally have an energizing influence on the atmosphere. Much like we prefer to sit under a tree due to the energizing zone across all natural things. Let life energy and consciousness to be our guiding light, since this is what is being stolen away from us. Restoring life force is more crucial than everything else in our contemporary culture and is causing all of our health issues. We did this in numerous areas around Switzerland when we collaborated with the Swiss government to recover people's liveliness. We replenished the life force that has been drained by electromagnetic radiation. They labeled it the Hamburg Miracle and the Facebook Miracle, since even individuals' emotional composition changed, peace triumphed in their anger, faded away, and the welfare of plants, animals, and humans was restored. Replenishing life force is communicating nature's language, rescuing mankind, ushering it into an era of golden age.